talk about 24 are one square tubes, 1 squared meter talk about square tubes, and talk about the 1.5 by 1.5 mm. We need like 6 steels. And talk about the other 9 extra. Talk about it's now 24 plus 6, which is 30. Yeah, 30 steels for only the deck. And when we talk about we need 9 others to make sure that we are fixing talk about the windows. Talk about the only thing that's remaining, it's just those kind of the small windows for the bathroom. So they're gonna be fixed with
and how much does a steel cost of that of window?
One square tube cost 1 by 1 square, which is 1 squared square tube. It costs 1,000 Kenya shillings per each.
Is it expensive than the steels that we were just placing?
Talk about we have the size range.
Oh,
you're talking about the size range. We have 1.5.
Size.
Yeah, we have 1.5 by 1 by 1.5 mm. Which cost 1,400 shillings each.
Well, and the highest one is how much?
It's the one. Talk about the highest one. It's 1.5 square.
1.5.
Yeah, which is 2,100 shillings per each. And those ones are gonna be like stands, because I have already purchased the stands. Talk about the method that will be acting as stands at the deck here. I've already purchased them.
Okay, let me ask you first a question. Why did you decide to make your own windows instead of buying?
It is cost efficient, number one. And number two, what I can talk about is purchasing my own windows, or not even purchasing my own windows. It's like a welding from my own comfort zone. Talk about the electricity that will just talk about I used electricity at his own position.
You
I have
own.
it, and I've bought everything.
You have your own material.
My own material. The only thing that it comes with is the knowledge, skills, and the machine.
So you're gonna be paying the only
labor only. That's the cost effective, because the materials talk about whenever you talk about the materials, like me, I purchased the materials, then I brought them here with my own courtesy. Then I purchased everything. Electricity is mine, and
the only thing is knowledge.
The knowledge and skills. The only thing is skills and his own knowledge, so as he can just work here. So that's the only thing. So it's cost effective. Like when you want to purchase one window, the one you have just seen there, it will cost more than 30,000 Kenya shillings. 30,000. And you know, let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. Have you seen Percy's house?
Yeah.
The house of Percy, it has a window, the bigger windows. You understand? These ones here, they're like they're from down to up. So for Percy, they are stretched. The width is longer than the talk about the length. You understand? So here, talk about the length and the width. The width is high.
Yeah.
And the length is a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But for Percy, the width is so they are not different than these ones here. Only the position. You understand?
Yeah.
So it was being talked about. One window was costing 22,000.
One window.
One window.
A window.
And I can just remember the quotation. The quotation for Percy.
Without the glasses.
Huh?
Without the glasses.
Without glasses. And the quotation for Percy, the whole house, it was more than 260 something thousand. I can remember.
It's like constructing a new house.
Exactly. If you want a new house, you can construct it. I'm telling you. So those are only windows. You can understand? So now you can come to me here. The gauge that Percy used in her construction, it's not like this gauge. This gauge is exactly like the ones that are used in the construction of story buildings. A very heavy gauge. Somebody who ever did this kind of engineering, they know what I mean. Very heavy gauge. The one he's ever using. That's why I could not trust a welder or trust a person who is working in a welder area so they can go and purchase them. He will not buy them.
You will not found them.
No, even they are so that you will have a hectic time for you to find them. You understand? So even me, they are not in Sirari. They are not in Yabuanse. They are not in Mabera. They are in only one shop. Talk about one hardware called Marowa Hardware in Migori. And they're in a scarce. You understand?
So
you have to it's called put an order. So they can just be made, they can just come from the industry direct. You have to pay fast. That's what I'm always talking about. So sometimes I do call because I know much of the people are purchasing there.
And how did you know that this kind of engineer of making
windows
gonna be very fantastic on this kind of work?
What I can tell you is that
how did
the
you
welder,
know his skills? Where did you saw him building?
The welder who is here, I used to work with him at Ayamaro.
Oh,
yeah.
Is a
welder is the one who welded the gate.
Okay.
Of Ayamaro.
Oh,
he's the one.
That gate.
Yeah, that gate. He's the one who welded it.
With that machine.
Yeah, no. During that time, Kenge bought him a machine. And he snatched it again from him. Yeah, whenever the work of Kenge, whenever was complete, he took over the game, took out the machine. That's the fact, I'm telling you. Because I was there when he was talking about, let's go and buy the machine for you. Even the first time that he came, I asked him that, hey bro, I know you have that kind of a machine. It was resembling the one he's having, but it was a smaller one, like 9 to 10 kgs there.
But it was very fantastic.
It was a light one, and you can carry it with your hand and go.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's using the mud. It was a fantastic one. You can carry it. It's a portable one that you can just carry very easily and go. And it's just having much of the socket. It gauges much of. You can gauge using what? You can gauge using. It has its own. Talk about the kilowatt meter. That is just reading whatever it's just giving out. You have seen it with a red.
A plastic.
Yeah, with a So you understand. So it's even gauging there the amount of talk about this kind of I think it's much of the voltage you're gonna be using in terms of welding.
He's using 78 volts.
Exactly, 78.
Yeah.
So they cannot. That's not the voltage. It's what is coming out for welding. So they cannot burn. So it gauges up to 250. You understand it? So for the fact I ever knew him when he was working there, and whenever he was working, I was working in the fish pond there also. So I saw whatever he was doing. And also, he's coming from Nyabuanse. I don't know if you know him.
I know him.
Yeah, he's coming from Nyabuanse here.
Yeah.
So I always offer job not from outside, but I can offer people who are around my area and who have the potential. And when I always have this kind of an area that I want to give you this kind of a tender, I always give it out. I don't have that kind of, no, this kind of a person came, he has maybe talk about, you're going to be having a lower price for this one. And he's the one who advised me that, don't you know what, this kind of the G Castle, gonna be having much of the talk about security. You should have a very heavy security guidelines here, and that's why you saw he talked about the other lighter materials. Whenever it's gonna be raining or gonna be rained or water gonna be going there, it's gonna toxify those kind of it's gonna talk about corrode much of this kind of the steels or this kind of the square tubes, and they will just acting in a rodic way, and they will just worn out. They'll start just being spoiled. You can just understand it, and they can just not attach themselves onto, so they can just get out. They can worn out and get out from and you can just find out the window is looking zigzag. You'll think about, is this window gonna be eaten with the ants? The ants eating this, so it's it has already talk about rotten. You understand it?
Yeah.
So that's why I've just talked about. I'm gonna be gauging much of the things from him. So as far as you are always asking about, Gintu, you talked about this kind of the piping here.
Yeah.
I always talk about. I have much of the things still to cover. That's why I've not yet dug this kind of the hole here, which is an underground tank. That's gonna be it's gonna be 6 by 12 feet.
I think you have to be in a very fantastic moment, because you know the water that is just being poured there are very many.
But yeah, there's a tunnel here that's taking them out.
Yeah, but this one is a slope.
I understand.
Like
I understand that water that's coming from here, it's heavy. So that's why I want to finish.
You're gonna be demolishing that mud.
I understand, but the only thing is everything has to go slowly. I cannot engage. I cannot engage in very many things at once. Exactly. I cannot manage. Like right now here, whenever the tiles are ongoing, making sure that the tiles are being fixed here. So is just finished in terms of materials, in terms of tiles, in terms of cement, in terms of waterproof, in terms of grouting. And the only thing that's costing me, it's paying them also. You understand? Because it's like a contract. So I'm paying small. As I get, as I pay. You understand? So even I'm having some debts of him. You understand? So I have a debt of like 15,000 Kenya shillings, which is approximately like
100 US dollars.
like 110, 120 US dollars.
Yeah.
So it's just I'm having for him 120. So talk about the welding is there. So I've bought much of the materials, but yet the materials are not enough already to make sure that the G Castle is finishing much of the windows. Like I'm remaining with the 4 windows here. Which is talk about for the bathrooms, and they need 9 square tubes, which is 1 by 1. You understand? And I have to purchase them, so as whenever they are complete, so even him I'm having the debt of him because it's a contract also. So they are working as I'm just giving them small as I finish. So even him is just making sure that I'm having like one. It's like 18, like 18 there. It's like a 24 minus 10 is 14.
Yeah.
So the other engineer is 15, is 14. So it's approximately 230 US dollars getting here. But also buying much of the steels. Or talk about the square tubes also. You understand? And also I have another quotation to make sure that you know, I'm always working 2 jobs at a time sometimes, so as the work can go as straightforward, as speed as possible, because whenever you're gonna be finishing the tiling, you're gonna be finishing the welding of all the windows. You understand? That's how the gauge was. So whenever you're gonna be fixing the windows here, you're gonna be fixing the deck, talking about welding the deck, talk about the other metal rods to make sure that we're protecting the deck from a person can just get a fall from there. So 2 jobs at once. After finishing all of them, they're gonna be getting out all of them. So as I engage the plumber gonna be the next.
Be bringing strongman.
Strongman 254.
Gonna be coming.
Gonna be coming and democratizing here.
Are you sure?
254, yeah.
Wow.
Strongman 254. I'm gonna be making sure that you're gonna be coming here to make sure that the plumbing is getting on. So when the plumbing is going on at the site here, another thing that it's 2 jobs at once. Plumbing going on, and also it's called what? This kind of an act of putting some of the ceiling board timbers. Oh. There's a name they're just calling it. I don't know if the engineer is there. Engineer, ile kuchapa ceiling board inaitwaje hizo mambao? Blundering, eh? Yeah, it's called blundering. Blundering. So now whenever the plumbing is going on, the blundering is going on also. You understand?
Yeah.
So 2 of them. So when the
2 works at one time.
Yeah, even right now it's 2 works here.
Making
tiling,
doors and doors.
Yeah, tiling and windows and the windows. Yeah. So whenever you're gonna be finishing, whenever you're gonna be fixing the windows and the doors, you're gonna be finishing. Talk about fixing also the frames for the doors and every door here to make sure the timbers. You understand them?
Yeah.
So they're gonna be fixed. So you're gonna be fixing all the windows and the doors. The other guy could have finished them and coming to the deck. Now fixing the metal rails to the deck. 2 jobs at once. So they're gonna be getting out all of them. So as I again bring another person, which is a plumber, whenever the plumbing is going to be continuing here, I'm going to be having also the blundering also getting on. So after those ones are complete, they're going to be getting out of them. You understand? Yeah. Now we engage with the plaster. So when I came in with plaster, now I will start with cement. So I'll just dig this hole here. Oh. You understand? So it's going to be coming 2 jobs at once.
Electricity, you have...
Electricity, it's inside here already.
It's there.
So when the blundering is done and talk about the plaster is done, so I'm going to be bringing now electrification, talk about the guy of electrification, and also fixing this kind of, talk about constructing a tower. So they're going to be going 2-2.
Yeah.
Electrification and fixing the tower. So it's going to be the water tank tower here, and making sure that the underground water tank is fixed properly. So you're going to be having this water accommodated here, and from there now everybody will just go out of the the site. Now we'll start what is called the finishing of the floors. So I'm gonna be finishing now from the floor, talk about the tiling, whatever I'll just decide to do. When the tiling is going on inside here, the terrazzo gonna be going on at the deck. Terrazzo. So you understand it now. So the terrazzo here and inside, making sure that the tiles are being fixed. From there, it's 2 jobs at once. Whenever the terrazzo is done, tiles are done, making sure that now we are starting in and out painting. You understand? In and out painting. And before that one, in the main course, whenever the blendering and the plumbing is going on, I'm going to be having a perimeter wall starting.
Here?
Yeah. So the same engineer who is there going to be fixing the perimeter wall.
Oh, he still have work.
He still have a work here. Exactly. So much of the job's going to be coming out now and again and fixing them. It's only right now, it has already been a dull moment here at the G Castle because of, talk about the top mason is working, making sure that everything is fixed, because you cannot bring much of this kind of the top masons here once and just pour them here and talk about I want this kind of the tiling be processed here. You'll find the one day all of the section is down, because it will not be prepared according to the gauge that it's needed. So that's why he's always making sure that he's preparing it on himself and making sure that everything is fixed properly. You understand me? So that's why you see even the welder who is welding there is doing it alone, because cutting those kind of the tubes. So if you misuse and not cut equivalent to how he's understanding or he wants it to be, it will just bring much of the chaotic. So it will bring a chaotic time to you. So that's why you see they are now working on themselves. That's why you don't see much of the people here. So when it will come to the even the plumbing, even whenever the plumbing is there and fixing much of the windows and also the deck here, so it's always that way. You understand? Yeah. So when we will just accommodate much of the people again, it's in the plastering and also the perimeter wall. So right now, guys, some of the people are asking about, again, we are talking about, you're going to be having much of, where is the perimeter wall going to be? Much of the people are asking that way. So, guys, I was about to purchase this kind of the land. We are still negotiating, and that's why we are negotiating for this kind of the land. So this kind of the guy is talking about, again, I wanted to just make sure that I'm just giving this kind of a portion to you. And he talked about, no, you understand now, this kind of the portion is the one that is having much of the market of this land here. So it's the one that's having this kind of a perimeter wall. No, it's having this kind of a home here. A home. This home here. It's the same home. That home. Yeah, that home is the one who is having this kind of the land. Yeah. So he's talking about that kind of a home. It has much of the stones there, rocks. So he's talking about this kind of the plot here is the one that is now in a good demand of making sure they're going to be selling the whole land to the down there. So he's talking about you have to buy even that kind of a home. So that's what he's talking about. So we are still negotiating to make sure that that's why I'm not bringing out the quotation of making sure that I'm having the perimeter wall.
The area is good.
Yeah, the area is good.
To get this chance of buying here, I think even getting a road.
Yeah, a road, it's just the church is there, guys. We're having it's called a Catholic church. It's just at the front here there. So the Catholic church is from this kind of the maze you see in front of me here, the bigger ones there, there's a church there. So there's a very big highway there that's passing there. And if I can just purchase here, I could have my own road. Very easily accessing the, talk about the tarmac road. Yeah. So it's gonna be very easy for me to reach the tarmac road than going with this kind of the way. It's gonna be going all around.
Here is far.
It's very, very far. Yeah. That's why I want to make sure that we are under negotiation. That's why I've not given out the quotation of the perimeter wall, because I wanted it to reach here, because you can see we have this kind of an area here. So you're gonna be reaching here, then cutting to the far end, going with where the post is, and going with how the area is, and coming back to this kind of a home, then going down up to, there's a road there that's a footpath road that's just getting down there. So I wanted to go around to make sure that we are having a very main gate at a specific position. And if we're going to be having an emergency gate here, another bigger one there for the person who doesn't understand and know how the things are going, so as you can just make sure that, and they're going to be turning through here. So this kind of the houses here, they're going to be making sure that they're going to be coming back to this section here. So because I'm going to be sharing with my mother, it's not that the G Castle is going to be dependent on itself, that because I'm the last born here, you understand. Yeah. And my parents are going to be sharing this kind of talk about the kitchen that is going to be placed here. So that's the fantastic moment that we are looking forward to make sure that everything is just performed here. So we're going to be going around until where Gashagu is always formulating bricks. Exactly. So we're going to be turning around to make sure that we are enclosed. Because of the security, in security and security purposes, we have to make sure that everything is maintained with an immediate effect. And also, you have a question?
Me? No, I have no question. Even my question is over because the work is good.
Yeah, I have some of the questions here that much of the people asked me here. So sometimes I have.
Can I read it for you?
Yeah, you can read it. You can read them. Yeah, we have some of the questions
just
here.
saying, how did you get the jacket back?
Yeah, much of the people gonna be asking about that one here. Where Buddha?
Where Buddha?
So much of the people gonna be asking. This is the jacket.
By the way, I have been asking. No, not asking. I have been seeing in comment section.
Yeah.
Gintu, how did you get your jacket from Lady J?
The fact is, when they attacked me, and to talk about the fish ponds there, I was having much of my things there, the content there, and they took the jacket and also the stand for the GoPro. You understand? And when they went, I knew that they have just gone with them to the police. They were talking about the police who they came with, but me, I know that they are goons. You understand? And when they went with it there, there's a day I just went to Nyaboansa a little bit. Then I was told that, oh, Gintu, Lady J brought your jacket here and talked about whoever knows your home to come with it, and had been paid much of the money so they can just be brought here. I asked about who gave them, and I doubted it a little bit. And the first thing that I did was one, to make sure that I had to wash it first. Then to make sure that I'm just synchronizing to know whatever is just inside.
How do you believe them if they just put a microchip?
There's nothing like that one, my friend. Let me tell you one thing. Whenever it comes to security practices, I'm the best. I am the best. I'm telling you that as a fact. You can never lie to me anything.
So the jacket you get from Lady J?
Yeah, they
lowered someone.
It talked about those kind of the goons are the ones who talked about there's a border who was going to Sirari, and he was spotted, and he was told that do you know this kind of a person called Gintu? Yes, I know this kind of the person. So get this kind of the jacket there. So the first thing I knew that this kind of the people, they might be tracking me, so they're gonna be having any track onto my coat here. Yeah. The first thing I did, my friend, soaking it in water, put inside a jig. You understand jig?
Yeah,
jig.
I know a jig.
That one that you're gonna be finishing everything here. Yeah. So whenever you put inside and chlorine, you are done.
Chlorine, I know chlorine.
You are in chlorine, everything is done. So after there, you wash it again in clean water that has salt. You know, anything that is an electronic cannot work in a salty condition.
It's gonna be
it can never work in a salty condition.
Making what you call rusting.
Yeah, it can never work in a salt condition. That's the fact.
So there's another question here.
Yeah.
They're just asking how many hectares is your land?
Oh, hectares of land.
People want to know your land. How many hectares do you have?
Like 6.
You have 6.
Yeah.
From the, do you add the stones?
Even the stones is a space provided. Guys, I'm just from top. How can I just see it? From the top side there. You can just check from the top. You have very tall trees there. Yeah. And it's coming from where you can just see this kind of a home is. I'm just at the section. I'm bisecting that section at twice. And this is where we are here. And I'm going down, downwards. So like me, I'm having like 6.
6?
Yeah.
You your own or with your brothers?
The whole of us, we have, we have 32 hectares. 32. Yeah.
So 6 is you.
Yeah, 6 is me. Yeah.
and you know you are the last one.
I'm the last
one.
So
you have took the backbone of your father?
Who is,
but
how can I take the backbone? So how am I going to take the backbone?
A hectare of a backbone of your father.
Who told you it's available?
You know, as Koreans, we know if you are a firstborn or you are the only child. When your father cut for your land, he remained with his backbone.
Yeah, I understand.
So if you are good on him, he's gonna be giving his backbone.
I understand it. Yeah. Because even as here, my father was the last born, and he was given a backbone. Yeah, he was given a backbone. And the backbone he was given,
Yeah.
it was of coffee plantation.
Coffee plantation.
Yeah, coffee plantation. It's there. And I'm having much of a land here, and that's why I want to, because the land how it could be, my father refused that I should not put this kind of a G castle in a very open field, because he refused that we are having much of the children production here and there, and they will lack.
Children production.
Hey.
What do you mean by children production?
I'm telling you,
producing
the children should be produced. My friend. No jokes
As
here.
many as possible.
As many as possible. And that's why he told me that we're gonna be having a space for agriculture. You know, my father is an agriculturalist, and has been an officer of agriculture and also in a military. You understand? After the military talked about, the military was shenaniganing into him, he just ran away and talked about better venture into agriculture. For what I can just stay at my home and I see it's just being done. Then going at no. So he talked about agriculture is the backbone of the economy. That's why he talked about we should have, that's why I was told to be here, and that's why I'm looking for this kind of the land very harmlessly, so as I can just, whenever I could just have it, because it's now acting like the front yard of this kind of the G castle. So when I could just win it and having this kind of a home here, I could just talk about now this kind of a fence that's protruding here, it's gonna be terminated out. And every kind of those kind of the trees that are there, they're going to be terminated out. So as we can have a very bigger compound from the parking, talk about the swimming pool and such kind of the things that are going to be handled here. You have another question there?
Yeah, we have the third question.
Yeah.
Just saying, how is your healing for so far? How is
guys, I was like right now is a chilly afternoon like right now here. I'm having much of the condition. I was talking about the healing of the knee. Right now it's just working properly, because the last time I went to one of the nurses here, pretty young ladies here, so they were now making some massages.
Oh, you were having massage?
Yeah, like the massage,
said,
and they talked about
like Mr. Sessi.
no, Mr. Sessi was too much of cucumber. So the massage of cucumber was, but me it was of healing. Yeah? So the fact is, no, not the carelessly hanging objects were being massaged. No, it's just the knee. So I was told much of the things like to use the ice, such kind of the ice cubes here, so I can just formulate it and make sure that everything's working. So I was getting such kind of, and much of the people are telling me in the comment section, do this, do this, and I was just doing it and making sure that everything is going straight to the point. And right now I'm feeling good. And last time I talked about we're gonna be having pneumonia. I've already make sure that everything is fantastic. So that's why you always see me wearing some of the sweaters here, and everything is so fantastic. So in terms of the healing, I'm good right now, and everything is fantastic. That's why we're all on with the G Castle.
A question not from here.
Yeah.
How is the dogs of Nasto?
Those kind of the people are just gunic, my friend. They are just telling you that they have been stolen. How can a person steal a part and yet you are having them onto your compound there? And they locked the kennel. Is it called the kennel?
Or it's hungry, because of hungry?
No, not even hungriness. They ate chicken at the compound and the ducks. So, and I think it's hungriness, and also he had to sell them, so they are not trained. So he had to return them to a person who is selling them in Sirari, so they can just train them as that guy of Sirari who sold those kind of the dogs.
He's the one who have been training for him, I think.
Yeah, he's the one who is having them.
So
and,
he's the one who...
yeah, he sold back and took the bulldogs. So Nasto was looking for the bulldogs. So he was told that whenever the bulldogs come and take this one here and give me the bulldog. So he went for the puppies of the bulldog, and he sold the other one, so as the cost effective, to make sure that he's cutting the cost.
So he's on drama.
He's the drama. That's a drama festival.
Let's go to on our fourth question.
Fourth question.
Did you use the black on nails to avoid leaking?
Yeah, we can go there. I know what they are meaning here. So they are talking about the black rubbers. So it's talking about the black. You just come, I show you. And the real fact is everything is going on systematic. what they are talking about is the nails here. So you can see the nails here, they have a rubber, the black rubber. And much of the people are thinking about, oh, Gintu, you have not used the rubbers here. It's going to be leaking inside here. Because when you see this way here, you can only see the top or the heads of the nails here. So much of the people will not check on the rubbers. Because the rubber reflects the black color of the iron sheets. You understand? So that's why you see we have the rubbers here. It's not only one. We have the rubbers here. They're there. Exactly. So
when he was putting a nail, he was putting also
even you can just understand that when I was having putting or inserting, when I was being attacked with the conduct the first day, when he came here and talked about Gintu should be shot and this and that, the drama and stupidity of the highest order. A person cannot have such kind of the stupidity as a father, and you think about you're going to be going far. You're going to be having cruel life here and there. So the fact is, when they came, they attacked me while I was inserting this kind of the nails to this kind of the rubbers. And I told much of the people. So that's what it was just ongoing during that day, and everything was just fixed properly. But we have not filled the whole section with much of because of making sure that we are putting the tiles. And you know, you cannot put nails everywhere, because sometimes you can talk about, oh, this kind of an iron sheet's having a problem. So getting it out and it's just having so much nails, it will have a problem whenever we're going to be refixing it again. You understand? So that's why you see whenever we're going to be finishing the whole everything. So like today, you're going to be finishing the tiling of the whole section of the other side. So you're going to be making sure that and now you're going to be coming to analyze and check where are we having a problem in terms of nailing. So you're going to be nailing the whole site to make sure that everything is fantastic to this kind of the area. So as we can just know where do we have a problem and fix the nail there with an appropriate immediate effect. That's the real fact. So but the nails are fixed with the rubber and everything is just going. It's no need that they are reflecting the color of the iron sheets. That way they can just not be seen properly. The only thing that we're going to be checking is now the people are producing the nails should produce the nails that are black in color, so they can just make sure that it's there reflecting it all. That's why right now you can just check. So we're going to be coming to fix much of that. Even I think here we're going to be having some nails every section.
Even you can just walk
yeah, you can walk on top here, but it's not recommendable. Even here right now, because this kind of a side reflects the size, talk about the size of Kenge fish pond. You understand? The top,
by the way,
and it's having the same color.
Same color.
Exactly, the same color, because here we don't go so far. And what we talk about is when we talk about whenever God comes to your side, everything gonna be coming very fantastic. That's why you see even this kind of a section, it's the same talk about it's the same size with the amount of fish pond. Talk about that's not even a fish pond. Talk about that kind of we can call it a flower bed. Yeah.
The last question.
Yeah, the
when
last
I'm
question.
just visiting your fish pond down there, I have the last question.
Yeah. When you visit,
the last question is here, just saying, let Duke tell the subscriber.
Yeah, we are going to Duke. We are going to Duke. Let's go. Duke is the one who is the welding here.
Oh, Duke is a name.
Yeah, Duke is a name. Duke.
Oh, Duke. Is it Duke?
Yeah, we want to talk with Duke here. So as one of the person asked much of the question here. Wait, Fundi Duke.
Yes.
How are you, man?
I'm good.
Everything is good, man.
Everything is good.
I've checked you, man.
I'm now in the final touches.
We are in the final touches here.
Yeah.
The windows now are reflecting there. Yeah. Fantastic, and we have much of the doors here also. So, Mr. Funduk, how are you, man?
I'm good.
And also, I check here. I was just talking about we're gonna be having less materials already, because you can just check where we are gonna be having some materials here. We are. What are we lacking, bro?
The materials have been mobilized. Like now we have this one. This one, I think it has no work.
Which one?
This one, it have to go back to the hardware.
For why?
Because it has no work. We were to place it here.
To place it where?
At this point here. At the main door. We were to place it there, but now the design changed from leaving the space of the glass, and we covered that place. So after covering the place, we don't have to put glass. So this one is to hold the glass.
Okay.
But the other.
But the top side there, going to be having some glasses there.
This one is going to use this flat.
Or it's
This
going to be
flat
using the flat one, the flat
but
bar.
This chair is not going to be.
Yeah, these are T.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be having a work somewhere maybe. Talk about whenever we just talk about you're gonna be having a small door of sliding.
This one. No, this one cannot.
Cannot be the sliding. You're gonna be having a problem.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be. Is there anyone
yeah.
who can just buy it, or we can just leave it here so you have a job maybe next time?
I think there is one of the subscriber said that is going to make someone two windows. I think if we're gonna send me those money,
Yeah.
now I'll pay you.
Yeah.
Then I.
But
I
you know
think
now
I
it will
use
be a heavy gauge, and you're gonna be telling him to have a heavy gauge materials also.
Yeah, I'm going to tell him so.
Yeah. So as you cannot have the light gauge and use the heavy gauge there because
Yeah.
it's so heavy. You know it. So the thing is that we are now running out of the materials here, and you talked about you're gonna be having this kind of the nine. We're talking
nine
about
square tubes.
9 square
we
tubes.
have less like this grill here.
Yeah, like this grill here. Yeah.
It needs these runnings.
Yeah, the runnings like these ones here.
Yeah. And it needs also to make the flower here
Yeah, the flower.
and the pins.
Talk about the design.
Yeah.
Exactly.
this one-
Exactly. Even the pins here.
Yeah, this one is going to take like two,
two of them
and we have this
for the only the flower
the flower
Yeah.
and the pins.
and the pins.
There
and
are two.
exactly with the other one there. So there are two in. There are two.
So they are going to take one,
Yeah.
and also we have this one for the kitchen.
Yeah. Gonna be having
It is lacking the pins.
the pins only.
So if we get one for this one, it will serve all until this one.
Exactly.
And this one,
Gonna be having two of them.
two of them. So
Exactly.
here we need three.
Three of them.
And also we
This one is in a complete.
This one is complete.
Exactly.
We have this one. We are lacking
Oh, the ones that are coming down,
Yeah,
so they
to
can just
catch the
have a
flowers.
flower here.
and also the pins.
I will say the same to this side
This
here.
one also.
Exactly.
So this one is going to need two,
Two of them.
which means
3
it is a
plus 2
sum
is
of
5.
5.
We have this one here.
And this one,
We're gonna be lacking only the pins and
yeah,
also
for
the flower.
and
Yeah,
the pins. Yeah.
exactly. Those
And,
are this
we have-
one or two. One.
This no,
One.
this just a piece.
A piece.
It can even remain from here.
Yeah.
We can fill.
Exactly.
Fill there.
So those are still 5.
Still 5. So we have
The windows,
the window, the small windows,
the bathroom ones.
the bathroom ones. We have this one.
We have that one. So we have 4 of them.
4 of them. So 4 of them will take 4 metals.
4 metals.
Yeah. So it comes a sum of
9.
9. Yeah.
Exactly. So guys, we have run out of the materials already. Talk about the square tubes here. And I think we are talking about the only for the windows here. We have not even included talking about, we have so much light coming from this kind of the section here. So we have not yet talked about the other ones, talking about the deck.
Yeah,
so the
deck.
deck we are talking about, we need like 24 plus 6,
Plus 6.
which is approximately 30.
30 pieces.
30 pieces. So 30 pieces is for 1.5, which is a 1.5 by 1
by 1
by 1.5 mm, and also the 1 squared by 1 mm.
by 1.5.
Exactly, 1.5 mm. So that's the real fact that's going on here. And somebody asked about how much is your talk about the goggles.
The goggles are 300 Kenya shillings.
300 Kenya shillings,
But we have a-
approximately $2.
We have the other one which you open like this. Inside is clear, and the outer one is dark, which is used to weld. Now that one is 500.
500, approximately $4.
$4. That one, if you open like this, you used to put small spots. When you close it, now you weld full.
Full welding.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand it. So guys, we have just checked much of the things here, and you talked about the overall.
The overall, yeah.
The overall cost how much?
The overall is 1,800.
1,800, which is approximately around $20 US.
Yeah.
Exactly. So guys, the work is going on here and everything so fun. So from tomorrow, because I don't know if you can just have much of the steels coming. I don't know. Somebody can just sponsor so you can just have such of the steel coming, so you can just make sure that we continue to have much of the things here. So we are talking about how much money is that one? Talk about you're talking about 9 for here. 9, which is approximately 9,000 Kenya shillings,
9,000.
which is approximately like $80 US.
No, they are 1,200 each.
Oh,
nine is
1,200.
1,800 plus 9,000, 10,800.
10,800.
Yeah.
Which is approximately 12. Talk about $100 US. Yeah, I was talking about the lower gauge. Oh my giving God. So yeah, one which is this kind of the square tubes. These ones here. It's 1,200 shillings, which is approximately 10,800.
10,800.
Yeah, and when we go back to the total, which is approximately we need like 9 plus 24, which is 33. When we calculate times 1,200, which is approximately 33,000 plus
6,600.
6,600, which is approximately
39,600.
which is approximately 40. Then you add 6 by 1,400, which is 6 by 400 is
It's 24. 24 plus
24. 4 plus 6, which is 2,400.
8,400.
8,400, which is approximately 50,000 US dollars until the transportation.
Yeah.
And 50,000 when we will calculate into divide by 125, which is coming approximately how many?
That
400 and what?
calculator.
400 and something. We are having like 400 and 400 and something, which is US 450.
450.
Yeah, US dollars. That's just needed to make sure that we are completing the whole thing up to the deck there.
Yeah.
But other small things like paying Fundi Duke, we are gonna be democalizing that one, guys. Somebody can talk about Gintu gonna be pumping in even $1, $2. It's enough, and we can just talk about everything is fantastic according to how you can just favor us and make sure that we are just making things happen. The good thing is the tiling we are just done. We are completing the tiling here to make sure that everything is coming out very fantastic. So support Fundi Duke is also a YouTube content creator and is making sure that everything is so fantastic. For tomorrow we're gonna be now grinding.
Tomorrow I'll be grinding.
You're gonna be grinding.
I'll be filling the doors.
Or filling the doors.
And also grinding because the paint is already here.
The paint is there. So, we're
So
gonna be grinding
I'll grind
and
for the
painting.
painter
Yeah.
to come and paint.
Yeah.
See more, man. And him can more.
Aye, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So 250, 300, 700. How is it coming this way? Okay. We're gonna be making sure that everything's fantastic, guys. Keep it tuned, keep it locked, and everything gonna be coming to you live, which is one-on-one. Yeah. Thank you, man. Go support Fundi Duke. Fundy. Duke is Duke.
Yeah.
We're gonna be making sure that everything's fantastic. Let's monetize him before he can just leave the stage.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let me check to the other guy who is making sure that other things are performing here. Where Buddha? And wait, you're going to get you. You're going to 550. It's 750. Yani uile bere miambi. Ulingane byako libichise hano. Eh. Aya bye. O mnaenda na yeye? Sasa sushamaliza video, sasa unaenda nayo kufanya nini?
Sasa uingie live.
Eta hapa.
Si ndo napigia
video. Sasa unapigia wapi? Na ushapiga.
Napigia.
Sasa unaenda kupiga.
Labda niache hii.
Guys, this is a lack of the stand. And that's why imagine now I'm the one who is now asking Mayani, give me your stand.
So, what do you want? Should I...
So what do I want? And you have heard I want this one.
I come for it tomorrow.
Tomorrow is another day. So no, let me use it on Sunday then.
Oh, I will bring for you.
You will bring for me?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I take this back or I'm going to...
this one I'm going to be lighting with it.
Oh.
So as I can just see where...
So I go with this one?
The space provided is where. Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly, I understand. Yeah. See you later.
Later?
Yeah. Hey, food for the dogs.
No.
Food for the dogs.
Who is paying for him?
This one.
Huh?
Who is paying for him?
Big kid, this one is gonna be selling your dogs.
No, I don't know this boy right now because he's now onto your motorbike. So you're the one holding
Will you
for
pay
him.
the transport?
It's transport.
For going in the bus?
So are you not going?
I'm going, but if
Yeah.
I
You
can
cannot
just, no, I
give
can
the
just postpone until tomorrow. So, yeah. Can I postpone?
The good thing is tomorrow is another
Day.
Thank
You gotta be giving him even
No,
vegetable.
we have food.
Yeah.
We have food.
But you have to be
Not
killing
now.
dogs. Dogs.
So,
You have to
so-
be
No,
killing
is
dogs.
is the one supplying the dog food here.
Yeah.
So make sure
You
that
gotta
you
be
are
stealing your dogs.
no. Make sure that you are not being used
Let
with
me
much
tell
of
you
the
one
groups
thing.
here. I
Let me
know.
tell you one thing. When I'm going to bring the food for dog, I'll just owe you 50 shillings. You know about that.
But you have the
Hey, wagwan. Badai. Yeah. Guys, here you think that we are under construction here again, but it's just making sure that the tiling process is going on very fantastic here, and they are finishing it up, and everything is just adding up. I really respect much of the people who are watching everything, and you're gonna be making sure that you're surprising and making sure that we are getting forward as we're gonna be coming back with another vibe, making sure they're gonna be understanding and getting to the match of the brim point here. So keep it tuned, keep it locked, as much of the thing gonna be coming to you live, which is one-on-one, as I just end up this kind of the video right now. Yeah, man. Nani? Hapo siko. No. Kimberly, how are you? So here we are just checking. He's talking about Donga here. Everything is fantastic, guys. So they are fixing here, and they are now finishing up this kind of the work to make sure that everything is very promptly and going forward very fantastic. So as we just gauge and see what is really happening here, we're going to be talking about the work is getting to the finish point. And today I really thank the living God because he has not brought much of the rain today again, and we are getting forward to make sure that everything is performed so meticulously and performed very better for today. As I end up this kind of the way, I talk about it has been so long, and for the people who are talking about Gintu A, Gintu B, Gintu C, woo, we're gonna be making sure that we are together and support Gintu and make it happen. And we're gonna be giving much of the people talk about the quotation of finishing up the wall process, talk about the quotation of the perimeter wall, and they're gonna be coming after we just negotiate. If you cannot promptly tell me whatever is just going forward, I'm gonna just decide to make sure that I'm placing it to where I am, and just now I'm gonna be squeezing to this kind of the space, so I can just have much of the space provided to this kind of the far end as the parking and everything. So we're gonna be rearranging again and knowing where strategically we can just put the parking and other things very essentially. So keep it tuned, keep it locked. Respect to everyone, locked.